Is it September next week? One more. Oh my God. They put the September, luckily they give 2 weeks in advance, but I was like, is this tomorrow? What day is this? Okay, 2 more weeks. Phew. That came quick. Hi. Like, what? Just. Oh. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. We'll use all the props today, so I can bring them to you as we start to practice, but therapy balls, we'll do some rolling towards the end of class, a strap, 2 blocks, a blanket, and then anything else you like to normally use. I've been in my water aerobics class era, which is why my hair is wet right now. I just took the hardest class of my life. Has anyone ever taken water aerobics? Oh, that was a high. No, that wasn't a wave. They are built of superhuman strength in a way that I don't fully understand. Like those, if you've ever seen or used those water weights, like all the people in class were just doing it no problem, and I was like floating above the water, unable to gain control. So I'm really happy to be back on solid ground. It was also in 3 feet of water, so I'm not, I could stand up whenever I wanted to, but woo.
Where did you do it?
Well, I took it at Fitness Alive. They have I guess they have 2 pools, but the one I went to is on Broad and Arch. It's in the basement. And the teacher, I'm going to stalk her on the internet right after class because she was phenomenal. Dia Weeks is her name, if you've taken class with her. And just like, she's like, what did she say that made me cry in the pool in the best way? She was like, you woke up on Monday morning and you have more than your breath in you. You have so much more to give. And I was like, you're right, Dia. We all do. Class today is not going to be like that, but I'm very inspired. So if you're interested in water aerobics with a great demographic of people in your class with you, I highly suggest 10, 15. And then you can come here and have noodle arms. Yeah, this was not physical therapy. This was burpees in the water and kick as fast as you can and like push the water lunge jumps. Phenomenal. But you could do whatever you wanted, like I was trying to impress the teacher, but in the back, everyone was just like floating, which was great.
Did your heart rate get up?
I thought I was gonna pass out. It was the best, highly suggested, and heated pool. So But we're here in yoga class on solid ground. How are we feeling today? We have a couple of minutes. We're waiting on a few people, but any requests that you're needing today after the weekend? Chest. Yes, let's get some extra in there. Hip openers. Mm-hmm. Does everyone have a strap? If you don't, I can bring one to you, but we'll use it. Yeah, I can. There's some time. Adriana and I taught some of you were there, but the roll into rest class yesterday, where we spent 45 minutes rolling and then 45 minutes in restorative and guided meditation. And even though I didn't do the guided meditation, I left class being like, I'm going to sleep for 10 hours now in the middle of the day. Hi, Juliet, welcome. Thanks for coming. All right, let's begin. Chest, hip openers, anything else we're craving today? Good? Okay. We'll start right into practice. We'll take a few breaths together, lots of stuff to talk about and think about. But let's start when you're ready in a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. Feel free to begin lying down. Feel free to start cross-legged or on your knees. Maybe you're seated up on some props, on a block or a blanket, so your hips can be naturally higher than your knees. And with your eyes either softly closed or softly open to a point, begin to listen for your breath. When we close our eyes, it gives us a moment to see ourselves more clearly than before. To let each breath dissolve the morning that was. Each soft and quiet breath lets you arrive to where you are now. And each breath that comes after makes space for what has yet to come. As you continue to notice the natural currents of your breath, can you feel it naturally begin to deepen? Letting each inhale move from the nose down into your belly and up into your heart. And as you exhale, offer the breath up and out through the very crown of your head. Continue with a few more of those breaths, just at your pace. Letting each breath move in, down, and wide. And each exhale offers itself down and out, back into the earth, and up and out through each direction of you. Let's start our time together with 3 more rounds of that same breath. You can take a moment to place your hands to anywhere that feels like center for you, on your body or in front of your heart, in that moment of self-reverence. If your hands are in Anjali Mudra, you might pull your thumbs back to gently touch your heart as you lift your heart up into your hands to meet yourself where you are. Wait for your next inhale as it fills you up. And exhale to offer the breath out. 2 more times on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for a moment. Take notice of any difference that comes when you really listen for and remember your breath. And keeping that connection to yourself as best as you can, let your hands release, gently blink your eyes open. And let's meet today in tabletop to start to link breath and movement together through a few rounds of cat and cow. So for today's table, bring your hands as wide as your mat, take up that extra space. Spread your fingers and tuck your toes behind you to feel the arches of your feet. And as you move at your pace, rounding and arching your spine, begin to link your breath and movement together. Let's be here for 4 or 5 breaths, just going on your own. And every time you arch into cow pose, even gently close the lips to feel more of the front of the throat, the front of the chest. And as you round into cat, even gently tuck the chin towards your chest to feel the back and sides of your neck. Feel free to stay rounded or arched for a few extra breaths. Maybe you start to get more serpentine, drawing one hip to one shoulder and breathing into the opposite waist. Or just see what it feels like to harmonize your breath and your body here together. Take another round wherever you are. And as you exhale, offer all of that breath out. Find your way back to table. Come to your neutral spine. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders. Let them stay nice and wide. Walk your knees back behind your hips. And with those toes tucked under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time or as many breaths as you need to find your way there. In this first down dog of class, bring your feet just a hair wider than they already are. Lift your heels and soften your knees to let the hips and low back release. Now with the knees soft, can you stick your tush up and back to the wall behind you? Find that curve in and through the low back. And now keeping the hips lifting high, feel free to keep the knees bent, or you might begin to straighten the legs as you press back through the thighs and let your heels get heavier towards the earth. Take one more deep breath in and a longer breath out through every direction of you. Now lift your heels high once again. Soften your knees, peek forward, and 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your hands to come into your forward fold. You might have blocks underneath your fingertips so the floor comes to meet you. Again, widen your feet as much as you need to give your low back some extra space. But as you bow in towards yourself, take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out. And now hands can climb up to your hips. Wait for your inhale as you come all the way up to stand and release your arms. With your feet right underneath your hips, take a big breath in to reach the arms forward and up. On your exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen, grow long through your spine. And exhale to step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. With the knees up or down, feel both hands against the earth. And now push the floor away from you as you reach the heart forward to the front of the room. Take a big breath in and exhale to bend your elbows to lower all the way down to your belly. Bring your feet long and back behind you and inhale to rise for baby cobra or cobra. Lift up through the heart. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog or tabletop or child's pose for 3 steady breaths. With each inhale, can you gently pull your hands towards each other? Feel the energy run up the arms into the shoulder blades. And now from the very back of your heart, push the floor away from you to lift your hips higher to the sky. Take another breath in, fill the belly, fill the lungs and into the chest, and exhale to offer that breath out. Now at the bottom of your breath, lift your heels high, soften your knees, look forward to come forward to the top of your mat, your standing forward fold. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen, grow long. And on your exhale, fold as you bow in. Take a deep breath in to rise, stand through your legs, touch the sky, get a drop taller, and exhale to release. Let the hands come down. Let's do that twice more, really following your breath more than my voice. Inhale, the arms reach up. On your exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Take the entire breath to come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, we meet in plank pose. A full round of breath here. Think tailbone back towards your heels as the heart reaches forward. And exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Wait for your breath in to rise, Cobra, Bhujangasana. And as you exhale, take it back to down dog, or table, or child's pose. 3 more breaths. This practice, first and foremost, it's an offering to that breath. That breath that truly surrounds, that connects and guides every single thing that we do. So as you take 1 more breath in, let it fill you up. And on the bottom of your exhale, lift your heels high, soften your knees, look forward to come forward to the top of your mat. Wait for the inhale to come up halfway to lengthen. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Take a long breath in to rise. Stand through your legs, touch the sky. And exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. 1 more time, that's Surya Namaskar. Really drink in the breath. Inhale to reach up. On your exhale, take your time to fold. Wait for your inhale to come up halfway. Let the balls of your feet be heavy. And exhale to plank pose as you step it back. A full round of breath here, drink it in, and exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Big breath in to rise, Bhujangasana. Hug the shoulder blades towards each other. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. The beauty of these sun salutations is that they're the same series of poses in order, in sequence. But the more and often we do them, perhaps there's a new sensation you feel, or just the reminder of your breath a second sooner than I suggest. So from your down dog, wait for the inhale as you lift the right leg up and back. Step it forward to catch your lunge. Pivot your back heel to the earth and rise to warrior 2, facing the long edge of your mat. Let the right knee and toes point straight ahead. And as you look away from the ground, get long through your fingertips. Take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for the exhale, bend into the front thigh as the crown of your head grows taller to the sky. And now inhale to just reach the arms up to the ceiling. Bend your right elbow, give yourself a pat on the back. Let your left fingertips hold on to the elbow. Elbow lifts up to the sky as you gently press your head back to lift your chin. And then slide the ribs back to steady the low back. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Bend into that right thigh as you guide your right knee open towards your pinky toes. And now release those arms to a T. Press the right leg straight. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, triangle pose. Right fingertips to your block or to the floor, in or outside of that front leg. As you reach the left arm up to the sky, or even keep your left hand on your hip, can you slide the shoulders and ears back to lean back against yourself? Take a full breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then on your inhale, unwind. Lower the hands, bend your right knee, and take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the heels from one side to the other, and just see what a difference you feel between your right and left leg. And now inhale brings you forward to plank pose. As you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. For this round of Cobra, bring your hands as wide as your mat. Come up onto your fingertips or even onto your ridge tops as the elbows dart up to the sky. Press the feet down into the earth and inhale to rise for Cobra with a little wide armed. Good. Peek down at your belly for a moment. And as you press your feet into the earth, can you slide the bottom ribs back to steady the middle of your back? Now keep that as you hug the shoulder blades together. Slide the ears back. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, release. Lower to the earth. Hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Push the floor away from you to rise, table or plank. And on your exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. That wide armed cobra, always an option to take. For the more space you give the chest, the more room you can find in the upper back. So feel free to use it at any point. But on your next inhale, other side, float the left leg up. Step it through to catch your lunge. Spin your back heel to the earth. And on your inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 2. As you squeeze the right heel to the left, can you guide your left knee open? You might feel that all the way up in your left tush. And now look away from the ground, reach through the fingertips, bend into the front thigh. Wait for the inhale as just the arms reach up to the sky. Give the left elbow a bend, give yourself a pat on the back, and right fingertips hold on. Elbow to the sky, and press your head back just so there's space in the throat for breath to come through. And as you keep reaching the elbow to the sky, take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Bend into that left thigh as you guide your left knee open. And now release those arms to a T. Press the left leg straight. How long can you get? Take a breath in. And on your exhale, Trikonasana, left hand to your block or the earth. Your right arm can reach to the sky or bring your right hand to your hip. But feel your legs against the floor. And hug your feet together from front to back. And now with the steadiness through the legs, can you lean back against what you've created? Take a deeper breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to unwind, unravel yourself. Palms to the earth. Bend your left knee as you take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the heels one at a time. A breath or two to notice what you feel. And now lift both heels high, soften your knees, look forward to come forward to the top of your mat. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen. As you exhale, take your time, fold and bow in. Take a breath to rise, stand through the legs, reach up, touch the sky, and exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. Find one of your blocks, bring it in between your thighs so that there's something to squeeze in between your legs. Think less high up in the groins, but more to the middle of the thighs themselves. And now hug that block together. Palms to your thighs, bend your knees. First round of chair pose. We're just doing 2, so first round of chair. As you squeeze that block together with the legs, can you imagine like you're shooting the block down towards the floor in between your feet? You might feel your low back lengthen as you lift the chest. Now ribs slide back as you let the hips sit lower to the earth. Hands can stay on your thighs. Feel free to reach the arms up to add some heat, but take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Hug the block as you let the hips get heavier to the earth. And now inhale to rise. Squeeze the block. Reach up, touch the sky as you grab your right wrist. Grow up and over to the left for standing crescent. Can you hug the block together with your thighs? Wrap the left shoulder forward and slide the ears back to lift your chin. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale, and then inhale to come all the way back up. Touch the sky. Keep your arms overhead or bring your palms to your thighs as you sit one more round into Utkatasana. Hug the block together. Ribs slide back. Maybe the ears come back to lift your chin. And if your arms are overhead, slide your arms back in line with your ears. Take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let your hips get 1 inch heavier to the earth. Nice. Inhale to rise, reach up, grab your left wrist, and grow up and over to the right hand side. Feel the block, it's there for a reason. As you hug the block together, grow up and out over to the right hand side. And now slide the ears back. Take a big breath in. Stay for the exhale and inhale to come all the way up. Touch the sky, get tall. As you exhale, fold and bow in. Ditch the block from between your legs. Keep your right foot forward and step your left foot back to catch your lunge. Come up onto your fingertips or blocks on either side of that right foot. And now with your left hand down on the ground, right palm to your right thigh for a twist. Shrug the right shoulder to your ear. Hug the right shoulder blade to your spine, and from your belly, revolve open to the right hand side. Good, your hand can stay, can reach up to the sky, but take a deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale as you bend 1 more inch into that front right thigh. And now on your inhale, unwind. Keep pivoting your hands and feet to the left as we make our way into wide-legged forward fold, facing the long edge of your mat. As you inhale for a moment, come up halfway to lengthen. Squeeze your legs together. And now exhale, bow in towards yourself as you fold. Take 1 more long, steady breath in. Let it fill you up. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Okay, let's keep working our way around the mat. So turn your left knee and toes to catch your lunge. Face the back of the room. Come up onto your fingertips or blocks. And for that twist, right palm stays down, left palm to your left thigh or your hip. Turn from the belly to the left. And again, feel free to keep the hand on your leg or reach the left arm up to the sky. But wrap the left front hip back. Shrug the left shoulder up and back and lean back against yourself. Take a deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. Bend 1 more inch into that left thigh. And then on your inhale, unwind. Lower the left hand. Keep pivoting your hands and feet back over to the right for your wide-legged forward fold. This time we'll add a shoulder stretch, so feel free to grab a strap or interlace your fingers at your low back. But with your elbows quite bent, hug your shoulder blades together. And now reach your arms to the sky off of your tush. It's an upside down heart opener in reverse. So tiny bend in your knees if they're locked. Give them a squeeze in towards each other. And as you tug your fingers or tug your strap apart, let your arms reach up overhead as you bow in towards yourself. Good. On your next inhale, release the hands back to your tush. Turn the right knee and toes to catch your lunge, and we'll step it forward once again, all the hops you need for the left foot to meet the right. Inhale to come up halfway, and as you exhale, fold and bow in. Okay, I know I said 2 chairs, but we're going to do 2 more. Just as a transition, I'm so sorry, but as you bend your knees, sit your hips back, climb your palms up onto your thighs. Now lean all of the weight into your right foot. Lift your left heel, and for eagle pose, Garudasana, begin to cross your left thigh over your right thigh. You can sit your hips low enough that the left foot taps the floor, or it might tap a block. But as you lift up through the chest, let your hips get heavier to the earth. Now, if you want to play with a little balance, flex the left foot up off the floor or block. Squeeze the pinky side edge of your left foot towards your outer right shin. And now try and pry your knees apart. You might feel something in the outer right tush. Lift the heart, take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale, sit 1 inch lower to the earth. And now inhale to unwind, lower both feet to the ground, shake it out, and take a breath. Do you feel that in your right butt? Okay, notice what you feel, give a breath or 2, and let's do 1 last side, and then really no more chair poses. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. Lean all of the weight into your left foot, lift your right heel, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Feel free to use the block like a little platform chute. And now here, as you let your hips sit lower, imagine like there's a very tiny block between your thighs that you're squeezing in. Again, if you want to play with the balance, you might hook, or to find some more engagement in the outer left hip, flex the right foot, squeeze the pinky side edge of your left foot towards your right shin, or other shin, yeah. Now pry your knees apart and let your hips get heavier to the earth. Good. On your inhale, unwind, lower both feet, take a big breath in, reach up, and on your exhale, fold as you bow. Plant your palms to the top of your mat, walk your feet to the back of your mat to take it to downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. You can lower the knees to the ground and take a few breaths close to gravity, or your breath might take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together, maybe with that wide-armed cobra. But 3 deep breaths wherever you are. Slow down your next breath in, and long, clear exhales out through every direction of you. That's it. When you let your next few breaths bring you back to down dog, there's no rush. Float the right leg to the sky. Step it forward to catch your lunge. And on your inhale, we rise to high lunge. Reach up to touch the sky. Walk the right foot as much as you need over to the right, so you're less on the balance beam. And now lift through the back thigh as you stretch up through the arms. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, bend 1 more inch into that front leg. Now hands to your hips. Tiny bend in the back knee. Spring off your left foot. Scoop your left thigh to your chest. And now left ankle over the right thigh as you sit your hips back for standing pigeon or figure 4. Flex that left foot as best as you can. And wherever your hands are, on your hips, in front of your heart, holding the wall or up overhead, take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale and bend into that front thigh. Let the hips get heavy. Now inhale brings you up to rise. Lower the left foot down. Lean into the left foot and lift your right heel for a standing thigh stretch. Let your right hand hold on to the right toes. Tiny bend in your left standing knee. And now, like there's a block between your thighs, hug your thighs towards each other as you shrug the right shoulder up and back. Stay right here, breathing. Or for a little resistance, push your foot back into your hand as you lift up through the heart. Your left hand can be anywhere it steadies you, on your hip, on your heart, or up overhead for this version of baby dancer. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to release the legs. See if you can lower the foot to the earth. Reach up, touch the sky. And exhale to fold, bowing in. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Walk those feet all the way back to the back of your mat to take it to down dog. And now left side, last round. Lift the left leg up and back. Step it forward to catch your lunge. Wait for the breath in. Take the whole inhale to rise for a high lunge on the second side. Walk the left foot as much as you need to the left. And now lift through the back thigh. See if you can look away from the floor. And as you stretch up through the arms, bend into the front thigh. You can keep your hands overhead or bring them to your hips as we come to standing figure 4. Spring off your right foot. Cross your right ankle over. And now think hips back as you reach the heart forward. As your hips go to the back of your mat and you lift the chest. Flex through the left foot, take a big breath in, stay for your exhale and bend into those hips. Let the hips get heavier. On an inhale, come all the way to rise. Lower both feet to the ground, feel gravity beneath. Lean into the right foot, lift your left heel, and let your left hand hold on for the left foot for the standing thigh stretch. Tiny bend in the right standing knee, it might help steady you. And as you hug that imaginary block between your thighs, shrug the left shoulder up and back. And now push your foot back into your hand as you lift up through the heart. Again, keep the right hand anywhere it steadies your balance. But as you hug the right thigh an inch to the left, push your foot back into your hand and lift up through the heart. And now on your next inhale, with care, release the hold of your leg. Plant your palms, reach up, touch the sky, and exhale to fold, bowing in. Hands to the top of your mat. Walk your feet to the back of your mat to take it to downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, everyone lower your knees down onto the floor for table. Have your strap And then have it be like a big jump rope off to the side of your mat. You may or may not use it. So from table, to get into the soles of the feet, walk your legs as close as they can come together, thighs, knees, feet to touch. Tuck all 10 of your toes under and sit your hips back onto your heels for thunderbolt pose or Vajrasana. I always have to get my fingers in there to uncrinkle the pinky toes, but take what you need. So you can be here. If this feels like more than enough sensation to alleviate, you can bring a block between your tush and your heels. You can also stand on your knees, but keep those toes tucked. Now hold the strap in your left hand, reach your left arm up to the sky, bend your left elbow, give yourself a pat on the back. Right arm can reach to the side as you turn your right thumb to the floor. And then bend your right elbow to grab the dangly edge of the strap or your fingers or your t-shirt. Now think left elbow towards your ear, like you're holding something between your ear and your arm. Feel the right elbow come more to the middle of your spine. Mine doesn't move anywhere, but I think middle of the spine. And now tug your strap apart as you press your head back. Ribs go back as you press the head back. Take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for one more exhale out as you grow tall through the spine. And now inhale to unravel the arms. Come on back through the table, shake out your feet, roll out your ankles or reset, and then come back through center. So you can do the toes tucked under again, or point the feet back behind you like you would in hero's pose. Squeeze the heels together. Sit your tush back onto your heels, and let's try the other side. Hold the strap in your right hand, reach your right arm up to the sky, bend your right elbow so the dangly edge of the strap hits behind you. And then left arm out to the side, turn your left thumb down and grab the strap or your t-shirt or fingertips. Less about how close. If the hands touch, great. If they don't, also great. But we're trying to find that resistance. So as you hug the right elbow towards your ear and draw the left elbow to the middle of your spine, feel the hands tug apart ever so gently. Neither hand wins in that tug of war as you press your head back. Take a bigger breath in. Stay for the exhale. Grow tall through the crown of your head. And then inhale to release. Unwind your arms. Come back forward to table. Find your way to your hands and your knees. Shake out your feet. Roll out your ankles. And let's meet in downward facing dog. One more thing to try out before we get to where we're going. So on your next breath in, float the right leg up and back. Step it through to either lizard or pigeon pose. Right knee to your right wrist as you lower the right shin down. We'll take this one into a thigh stretch to start. So if pigeon doesn't feel good on the knee or on the hip, you'll work in lizard lunge with your right foot to the outside of your right hand. If you're in pigeon, really walk your knee all the way over to the right. This will help with balance. You can be on your fingertips. You can be up on blocks out in front of you. But hug that left knee forward so you literally uplift yourself up off the ground. Hug it forward. Bend your left knee, lift the left toes up off the floor. Stay here for a few breaths, or your right hand can stay steady in front of you as your left hand reaches around to hold the left foot. Good, now look down at your belly like we did in that long cobra a while ago. Slide the bottom ribs back. See what that does in the left thigh. And now shrug the left shoulder up and back as you look away from the earth. Take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale as you pour the breath out through every direction. Now on your next inhale, unwind, release the hands. Come down onto your palms just for a breath. And with your palms on the earth, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up, and slide your right leg back to meet your left for plank pose. With your knees up or down, up to you. Can you feel an imaginary block between your thighs? And now hug that block together and think tailbone towards your heels as you slide your heart forward. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. You can be here for one more breath, or to add some extra spice, lower halfway, shoulders no lower than your elbows. Big inhale to press straight back up to plank. Whee! And take it back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. What did Dia say today? She said, you woke up with more breath, more than just breath in your body and being. There's so much more to offer. A push-up. So let's try the other side. Lift the left leg up and back. Either left leg to pigeon or lizard lunge. It can be different depending on what you're working with, meaning if you did pigeon on the first side and you'd like lizard lunge on the second, a great option. But as you walk your left knee over to the left, if you're in that pigeon shape, come up onto your fingertops or blocks, and now hug the right knee forward. Bend your right knee to lift the right toes up. Take a few breaths here, or the left hand can stay steady on the block or on the floor as your right hand reaches around for the right foot. Good. Now peek down at your belly. My ribs and belly always move forward. Can you slide the ribs and belly back and notice what that does in the right thigh? Shrug the right shoulder up and back, and then peek away from the ground as you take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale to offer that breath out. And now with care, release the hold of your leg. Plant your palms, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee up, and step it right back to plank for a breath longer. Now with your hands as wide as your mat, hug your inner thighs towards each other like they could make one leg. Think tailbone towards your heels, and now heart forward. Look towards the top of your mat. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Stay right here for another breath, or maybe in a little spice, lower halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to press straight back up to plank, and on your exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. From your down dog, walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. Tiny bend in your knees. And one palm at a time, walk your hands back to meet your feet. So you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. Let the head be heavy. You might bow in, catch opposite elbows, or let your fingertips graze blocks or the floor. But take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And then hands can climb up to your hips. Wait for the next inhale to come all the way up to rise. As you release your hands, drink some water, shake it out. The AC is on. We're feeling okay? It's going to do one more thing, and then we're sleeping soon. So a little warmth is going to feel good. Okay, so when hip openers and chest openers were requested, dancer pose is what we're moving towards. Could you tell? This one? We'll move towards dancer. We did a version of it already. We're going to explore this one again. We'll do 3 rounds. We'll do the one holding the foot. We'll do the holding the foot. And then there'll be an option to put your foot on a block, just for fun. And then the last one will be with the strap before we take some twists to wind our way down. So let's all start somewhere on your mat, in the middle, in the back, wherever you'd like to be, with both feet on the ground. Tiny bend in your knees. This will help with the steadiness. Now lean all of the weight into your right foot, lift your left heel, and let your left hand hold on for the left foot. It's as if you have the block between your thighs again. Give the thighs a squeeze in towards each other. And now shrug that left shoulder up towards your ear and back onto your spine. Can you slide the ribs back as you push the foot back? This is the version of Natarajasana, dancer. Stay here. Maybe your right hand stays on your hip. It comes to your heart. It reaches up to the sky. But hug the left thigh to the middle of your mat. Push the foot back into your hand as you lift up through the heart. Take a deeper breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then on your inhale with care, release the hold of your leg as you lower your feet down. Shake it out. Take a breath. Questions about it? For this version, I know I say hug the thigh to the middle and push your foot back. You can definitely start to let the leg travel, like this top leg travel behind. They don't have to stay in line. But the idea from the back view is that you don't want it to go, it can, but if it goes off to the side and then up to the sky, eventually you might feel that in your low back. So it's like you're hugging a very morphable, I don't know what the word is, but a block that conforms, yeah? It continues to hug in and grow longer even as the leg goes back. And this will give you clearance in the low back. Is that a word? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the validation. Okay, let's do the other side. So soften the knees, lean into the left foot, lift your right heel, and let your right hand hold on to the right foot or ankle. Already here, soften the left standing knee. And now hug that imaginary block and shrug the right shoulder up and back. As you push your foot back into your hand, that right thigh might start to travel behind you. Great. But hug the thighs towards each other as you push the foot back and lift up through the heart. That left hand can go anywhere to steady you, but offer it to your breath. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then on your inhale with care, take your time to release the hold of the leg, lower your feet to the earth, and shake it out. That looks so nice. So we'll do it one more time with an option. You do not have to do this if you do not desire, is bringing one foot onto a block, like a little platform shoe. So you can keep the foot on the block like this. If you want, you can bring it onto the balance beam version of the block, but it's the same actions that you start to work towards. If you see this and you're like, I have no desire to do this, please do not. Keep your foot on the floor. There's still a lot to do. But the key to this pose, it's named after this guy, Shiva, in his great lore, in his great dance of rage and joy, is that when the standing, you might feel this, when the standing knee locks out, that's when energetically there's no room for you to find ground underneath you. So that's why we did so many chair poses today, to keep that knee very soft. So when you soften the knee, the ankle and the foot has some receptivity to help you find some steadiness. So think less how high can this leg go, but how malleable can my bottom knee be? Yeah? So either, up to you, foot on the floor or foot on the block at any height, but let's lean into the left foot. Does that feel right? Okay, lift your right heel, thank you. And let your right hand hold on to the right foot. Good, as the right hand holds the foot, soften your left standing knee. And now same principles apply. Hug the thighs towards each other. Shrug that top shoulder up and back. And as you push your foot back into your hand, can you lift your heart up? Take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And then on your inhale, slowly unwind. Lower the feet, step off the block, and take a breath. Nice. I said this, I think, a couple weeks ago when I taught on the block, but it always makes me be like, is this how people see the world? Like, you can be this tall and see everything like this? Not I, no. So let's try the other side. Last one, and then we have one more round. So either right foot on the floor or right foot on the block. If you want to dangle that left foot just for fun, you can, because it feels kind of nice. And then soften your right standing knee. Soften it. Bend your left knee. Reach your left hand around for your left foot. Soften your right standing knee. Give the thighs a hug in towards each other. Shrug the left shoulder up and back. And as you soften the right standing knee, push your foot back into your hand to lift the heart. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to release. Nice. Lower both feet. Shake it out. Beautiful. Okay, ditch the block. Now one more round. So this version of dancer pose where the hand holds the foot, you'll get a big thigh stretch. You'll get lots of steadiness. For king dancer pose or Shiva Natarajasana, it's the one where your arms are overhead, which is why we did all these versions of the worst pose in the world, cow face pose. But for this one, some of us have done this together. So if you want to go into it, you can, but I'll show you really quick. You bring one foot into the strap, you cross the handle to make a little bow, and then you step that foot over and through. And now these are the actions I want you to think about. There should be enough slack on the strap that you can draw your elbows to the sides and up to the sky, like you're patting yourself on the back. And then when I come here, the intrusive thoughts come in where I'm like, I want to just go forward and be here. You definitely can. But for me, this feels not as sustainable in the bottom hip. So you think that morphable block, hug the thigh to the middle, push the foot back, and you're lifting the heart up. So much so that maybe your hands begin to walk down the strap towards the foot. And then you dial it back in, hug the thigh in, push the foot back as you lift up through the heart. It's like you're making a teardrop. Like don't, head and foot do not have to be anywhere near each other, but it's this action like you're completing the energetic circle and you're meeting yourself where you are. So if you haven't done it already, I'll talk you through it. Take your time. If you haven't picked a strap yet or foot yet, you can bring your right foot into the strap, cross the handles, make a little bow, and then step your left foot over and through. Now lean into your left foot, bend your left knee, load the leg, and as you draw your elbows to the sides and then up to the sky, give yourself enough slack on the strap. It's like you're patting yourself on the back. That's it. Now hug the right thigh to the middle of your mat, soften your left standing knee, and as you push the foot back, lift up through the heart. Stay right where you are breathing, or maybe you walk your hands down the strap towards that foot and you dial it in again. Hug the thigh to the middle, push the foot back as you lift up through the heart, drinking that breath in. And whenever you want to come out, slowly release the leg and release both feet to the earth. Shake out your feet, take a breath or two. The switch from this one to this one, I know what it is about it, but every time I come out of this pose, I'm like, who is she? Who am I? Where are the legs? Where is the floor? Any questions about it? Okay, we've done it 700 times, so 701. We'll do the last round and then make our way down. So left foot in the strap or the other foot, make the hand, cross the handles, make an X, and then step your right foot over and through. And now lunge, lean into that right foot. As you weight the right leg, bend your left knee, kick your left heel towards your tush, and draw your elbows to the sides, that's it, and overhead. Now as you hug that back thigh to the middle of your mat, push the foot back and lift up through the heart. Stay here, maybe walk your hands 1 inch at a time down the strap, hug the thigh to the middle, push your foot back as you lift the heart. And then when you're ready to come out, slowly release the hold of your leg. Beautiful. Ditch the strap off to the side. With your feet as wide as your mat, take your time. There's no rush. Be in it for as long as you'd like. Take a big breath in to reach up. And now generous bend in your knees as you fold over your legs. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Walk your feet to the back of your mat to take it back to downward facing dog. And now in this down dog, walk your feet a hair wider than they already are. Lift your heels and soften those knees. Now stick your tush up and back to the wall behind you. Create that curve in and through the low back. As you keep the hips lifting high, press the backs of your thighs towards the wall behind you. Instead of locking the knees, press the thighs back, and then let the heels get heavier to the earth. Take a deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. And now we'll meet with the knees down onto the earth as you flip over onto your back with your heads up towards me and feet to the wall behind you. Does everyone who wants them have therapy balls? I can bring some over to you if you don't. Have your therapy balls within a reachable distance. I'll bring some to you. Have your therapy balls just close by. We'll use them in a moment. And have your strap and your blocks, one of your blocks close by, just so you don't have to get up and find them, or I can also bring them to you. But bend your knees, bring both feet onto the floor. Give the right leg a hug in towards your belly or in towards your chest, and make some small circles with that right foot or ankle. Spread those toes. You might point the toes, and just see what it feels like to have less weight on the soles of your feet. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, straighten your left leg long out in front of you. For a supine twist, your left hand will hold the right thigh. And as you move that right leg up and over to the left, feel free to bring one or both of your blocks underneath that right thigh so the floor comes high up to meet you. Think less how deep of a twist I can be in, but how much can my upper back soften to the earth, especially that right shoulder and the back of your head. Take a long, steady breath in through the nose. Stay for your exhale as you offer all of that breath out. Now on your next inhalation, unwind, uncross your legs and draw your knees and feet through center. Give the left leg a squeeze in towards your belly, in towards your chest. We spent a lot of time on the feet, so just let the ankle, the toes, take what you need here. Straighten the right leg long in front of you. Let the right hand hold the left thigh. And as you move that left leg up and over to the right, perhaps blocks or a block or blanket underneath that left thigh. Can the back of your head and that left shoulder soften towards the earth? As you trace the breath from the nose down into your belly and then up into your heart. And exhale to let all of that breath out through each direction of you. On your next inhale, unwind and uncross your legs. Draw your knees through center. Give both legs a hug in towards your belly or in towards your chest. Make any circles in one or the other direction. And see what you feel from side to side. So I'll talk us through therapy balls in the glutes, since we spent so much time there. There's lots of options. If you'd like to work any other region that you know that you prefer, you're more than welcome to do so. If you'd like to set up early for rest, we'll meet you there very soon. You can come to meet us there. You can also take figure 4 from one side to the other with no therapy balls. But if you'd like to roll out the glutes, take those therapy balls out of their tote. And now lift with your knees bent, feet on the floor, lift your hips up just enough to bring the therapy balls to the top of your butt cheeks on either side of your tailbone, either side of your sacrum. Let the feet be heavy, let the knees be bent, and let your arms fall anywhere they fall alongside of you. Take a big breath in through the nose and open your mouth to let that breath go. Now there's plenty to do in stillness, or with your knees bent, feet on the floor as wide as your mat. You might swivel your hips an inch or two to the left and let your knees move to the right, feeling those therapy balls moving along the upper fibers of your glutes. And then you might come back through center as your hips swivel right and your knees move a few inches to the left. And then go as slowly as you need, following your breath. Try to unclench your fists, unclench your fingers. Let the back of your head and shoulders be heavy on the earth. And the more you swivel the hips, the wider the therapy balls get. You can always adjust them to bring them closer. But after going a few times back and forth, draw your hips and knees back through center. And let's find one more place. Bring the therapy balls to the very middle of your tush, slightly lower than where you just were. With your knees bent, feet on the floor, release your arms to anywhere they fall. Take a big breath in and open your mouth to let all of that breath out. That's it. And then begin that slow swivel again. Sway your hips to one side and knees to the other, and vice versa. And as you zigzag your hips and knees away from each other, feel those therapy balls moving along the middle of your tush. Even open and close your mouth to let your jaw soften, let the fingers soften. And eventually what you might feel is the more you sway your hips, the wider the therapy balls get, and they might end up towards the outer edges of your pants, the outer edges of your hips. Let them stay there nice and wide, and then heel toe both feet over to the left side of your mat, and just drop your right knee to the right, letting that right therapy ball find its way into your outer right tush. Check to see what tightened, if the breath shortened, a bigger breath in, and open your mouth to let all of that breath go. And then draw the right knee back through center, heel toe your feet through center. Walk both feet to the right and drop just your left knee to the left, feeling that left therapy ball find its way into your outer left hip. Bye, Lisa, thank you. My left tush clenches on top. See if you can soften. Let the back of your head soften. Now as you draw the left knee and foot back through center, draw your feet through center, use your hands to pop the therapy balls out, and just let the weight of your hips, your low back, your glutes soften to the earth. You can set those therapy balls off to the side and give yourself one last embrace, hugging your knees in towards your belly or in towards your chest. Perhaps you stay here or make small circles, moving in one or the other direction. Perhaps you come towards happy baby, letting your hands catch the backs of your thighs or your calves or your pinky side edges of the feet. But let the back of your head and your tush be heavy against the earth as you take another breath in. And on your exhale, release the hold of your legs. We'll make our way towards rest next. So give yourself a few moments to take anything you need. You might add or remove layers and props. Perhaps you let your hair down or let your glasses set safely off to the side. If there's any propping you'd like to let yourself become even 1% more comfortable than you are already, please feel free to take it. And as I talk you through a few rounds of pranayama, of some breath work, you're more than welcome to simply listen, but truly follow along at your pace. But for this cooling breath, this Viloma pranayama, to prepare the body for rest, you'll begin by taking a long breath in through the nose to fill your belly and your heart, and exhale all of that breath again through the nose, a way to reset. Take that once more. Inhale to fill the belly, the lungs, and up into the heart. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Now imagine your next inhale in 3 separate parts. From the nose, first inhale to just fill the belly. Pause. Next inhale, fill the lungs and the sides of your waist. Hold. Third inhale, fill up into the heart. Pause at the top. And then exhale through the nose to empty all of that breath out. Begin at your pace. Inhale to fill the belly, retain. Fill the lungs, hold here. Fill the back and front of your chest, pause. And exhale through the nose to empty that breath out. Inhale to fill the belly, retain. Fill the lungs, hold. Fill the back and front of your heart, pause. And exhale through the nose to offer that breath out. Last 2 rounds. Fill the belly, retain. Fill the lungs, hold. Fill the back and front of your heart, pause. And exhale through the nose to let every ounce of the breath go. Last round. Fill the belly, retain. Fill the lungs, hold. Fill the front and back of your heart, pause. And exhale through your nose to empty from top to bottom. Now, without any holds or pauses, take a breath to fill the belly, the heart, the throat, the crown of your head. And as you exhale, to let every ounce of that breath go, soften into the earth, where each quiet breath dissolves the practice that was. Each breath lets you arrive to where you are now. And each breath that comes after makes space for what has yet to come. And you let each round of your breath let you become heavier into the earth. And the heavier you continue to become, the more spacious you may just begin to feel. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in, down and wide. And as you exhale, offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in and the very being that you are, with any gentle movements that just feel sweet to you. You might begin to roll your wrists or ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against the earth. Or just watching for neighbors and those around you. Perhaps you reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, we'll all meet with the knees bent, arms overhead as you roll over to any side of your choice to coil into yourself. Take a breath or two here against the ground. And as you push into the earth, come up to rise to your seat the same way we began. As you find a tall spine with those eyes softly closed or softly open, can you once again listen for your breath? Take a deep breath in and down, let it fill you up. And exhale to offer the breath up and out in each direction. Our time together will finish with one more of those same breaths. You can place your hands to anywhere that feels like center for you. As you take a deep breath in, to let it all go. You might bow your head to your hands or lift your hands to your head in such a sweet and simple gesture of self-reverence, bowing to your heart and the hearts of each other who practice right alongside with you. And I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you. Drink so much water. Take really good care of yourselves. I'll be out next Monday. I'm going to spend some time with my dad in California. So I'll be out next Monday, but class will still be on. And then the week after that is Labor Day. September, so there'll be one class that's happening that day. So all the classes will be posted on the schedule, on the internet, so just keep your eyes peeled. And then after that, Sunday, the 8th, I'm doing a story time, so it's the season of Ganesh, the elephant-headed god. It's a great time of year to bring in. His little statue is up here, and he's peppered all throughout the studio, and it's just a very fun, casual storytelling time downstairs. So if you're interested or if you know anyone who might be, I can give you some information about that. But that's in September, which is right around the corner, which is still blowing my mind. But we have 2 more weeks. And there's so much stuff happening. So I'll see you around. I'll see you in the studio. Does anyone else have announcements? Any things that you're doing, that you're going to, besides Melissa Etheridge and the Indigo Girls on Thursday? If you're there, I'll see you. Everyone good? Okay. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Yes, it's been so long. Hi. How have you been?
Good, good.
Good.
I'm in South Philly, so I go to Palo Santo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Glad you made a little adventure for us here.
Yeah. What was the name of the place you worked just at for the aqua?
Fitness Alive. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It was really fun. The classes at they have, today's was like a workout class.
Okay.
Wednesdays they have a dance class where they you like do a little shimmying. And yeah, my girlfriend and I went, and then it was like just incredible women that were there. And the teachers really accommodating and really sweet. And I think I'm not a member, you don't have to be a member. I paid $20.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But it was really fun. If you go, let me know how it is.
I will.
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
Good to see you. Thank you. Hi. Hello.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. I love seeing you 2 days in a row.
Oh, it's so nice.
I know.
See you tomorrow, too.
I love it. I'm ready.
Your makeup looks so good.
Oh my God. It was a dream. Let me, hold on one second. If I don't do this immediately,